quite an episode last time. Just kind of walking you through the whole episode was in the cave. We started in the cave, I'm pretty sure, and we ended in the cave. We ended a lot of things in the cave, not just the end of the episode, but the end of some lives. Also the start of some lives as well. It was sort of like
died outside of the cave.
Technically, you didn't die. You're still good to go.
You're unconscious.
Technically, you're just passed out.
It's a gray area.
Debatable.
Yes, but you initially started a fight with the cave hag, who was dispatched with quite ease. After some dillying around, you could say, you uncovered the chest, opened the chest, got the bags, got the beans planted, the treants came out, they fought. It was crazy. That was literally the whole session. You guys were dealing with these treants. At one point, everyone was fleeing. At one point, everyone was fighting. At one point, no one was fighting and everyone was hiding. At one point, Big Bug died. At another point, Raximus died. At another point, Chodius died. We had some deaths. And that's where we're gonna start. Well, what I'll say is this, Gert, you are in the cave right now, and you are just coming off of your invisibility. I don't remember the last thing you did. I might have to refresh my memory. The last thing you see after you see this giant tree like dig its roots, its hands, its roots. They grow into the earth, ripping out a huge chunk of stone, launching it at Raximus just as he's saying how he's going to start fighting it. It explodes on his body, and as the dust and
the quote was, "We can kite it for days." I believe that was exactly.
Yes, you said that. Yeah, I recall.
Days. And then as the dirt settled, it was just an arm, a leg, a trunk, just sticking out of the mound of dirt. And as the dirt sort of settled on the ground, so did his hat sort of drift lazily and land right on top of the pile of dirt. Very comically. Chodius, you were smashed by the girthy, oaky wood of the treant into the ground. You remember the impact, but nothing else. It was similar to that of punching a wall. You punch and you get that one big burst of sensation, and then there was no after effect, essentially. Same for you, Raximus. You remember looking and seeing the giant mound of dirt and stone and cobble flung towards you, and you don't remember exactly what had happened next. But Gert, after all that happens, from the shadows, you observe the treant, who is very much on fire, shamble his way, dropping branch and chunks of burning wood from his body as he forced his way out through the narrow mouth cave. And the flames, the sound of burning wood dies down as he leaves your vision. On the other side of things, we had Ghrelin in the jungle. And 1 second, I'll pop over there real quick. You walked out because you were told by your teammates that it was time to flee, and you left because you were the closest to the great job following instructions. Upon doing so, you noticed there was a barrel out there. You approached the barrel, you touched the barrel, you got stuck to the barrel, you found out it wasn't just a barrel, and you took some heavy damage from a quite a big chunk from the barrel. It bit you. The barrel bit you. That's the last thing you remember for falling unconscious. Yeah. You got bit. So, after some rolls, you were stabilized, and you're unconscious right now. That's what happened. That's the critical whole recap, the prostate check up. You know what I mean? That's what happened last time. Every year, and every week in our case. But
right.
You are out in the jungle, unconscious for right now. If all goes well, just a little metagame information here. I think it's like after an hour or so, you wake up or something like that. As per the rules state. But before that
good.
happens, we
Yeah,
do have
As
yeah,
long
we
as
got
the barrel doesn't eat you.
The
I think
barrel
you'll
is
be okay.
gnawing on my lifeless body right now. I'm pretty sure.
that was actually that's you know what it's a factor that has been weighed and we'll get to that. But Gert, you have a few moments of live action before I give a little speech to our dead residents here. But the
Quick
space
question,
is
though.
yours. Yeah, if you guys are dead, just don't move around. And
Yeah,
just
the
don't
only
move around the
question I
jungle
have
either.
is, what's the status of that other tree ant?
Dead.
I guess we'll find out if we wander outside the
Dead.
cave.
Yeah, dead. No, the other one left the cave.
Oh, it died.
So you don't know. The other one that was kind of helping you died. Aqua,
Yeah.
if you want to jump back into the cave just to like watch and hang out, you're more than welcome to, man. So you're not sitting out in the jungle by yourself. That's up to you. Whatever you want to do. If you can't see anything, I can add you, but I'll just make you invisible.
Do I just click camp clearing?
Or left corner cave, or sorry, cave. Whatever the cave. I have different
yeah.
titles
Okay.
for me. Yeah. And then I'll get
I
you
got
back
it.
in here. Give me a second. All right, you're here, but you're not here. So I'm gonna make you invisible. Okay, you see yourself there though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where am I?
You are here. Wait, see if I can ping. Hold
Oh,
on.
right, I'm invisible.
Yeah, there you go.
Forgot
I
about
pinged.
that.
Yeah, so I faded you. Which I think the invisibility does fade since we're not in combat anymore as the unless there's all these dead people around you. The only alive person here. We're not in combat anymore. Okay. Just gonna say that for sure. And then I lost my train of thought for a moment. Invisibility. Invisibility. Till the spell ends. Oh, it's 1 hour long. Never mind. You're invisible,
Let's
bro.
go. I'm gonna stay invisible. Everyone's
ends-
dead
yeah,
and I'm invisible.
It ends
Now
when you
might be a
attack
time
or
to,
cast a
like,
spell.
Perk up and like save some of us, maybe. Gert.
Save someone.
You get the feeling that's what Ghrelin
He's
would
going, I
have had
can't talk.
said if he was around.
talk.
I
But yeah,
think-
but you're the only
God,
one
if
here right now. Who said
They
that? You hear
wanted
a
to
voice.
be alive.
What-
I feel
what
like
would-
they wouldn't?
What's Gert's
have
first
died.
reaction when he sees the tree run out? I mean, like the scene settles, right? To the left of you is Big Bug's smashed corpse. You just walked right past it.
No, I already took my time.
you
Next To
did.
Big
I
Bug's
remember
corpse
that.
Earlier.
So then there's the big
I
dead
bowed down.
Treant.
I paid my respects to it. I was.
Good.
It was
You're right. I remember
tragic.
that actually. That was quite a moment.
This is a
Yeah.
cave of death.
For some, okay. I'm
Look at
just.
this.
I'd like to. Oh my god! All my friends are dead again. Oh my God. This time they're like actually dead, huh? Can I loot Chodius's body?
Absolutely. You're looking for
I'd like
anything
to loot
specific?
his corpse.
Yeah, he's got lots of stuff. He's got his axe. He's got the iron pot that Big Bug gave him.
I don't think he has his axe because I took that earlier.
You're right. You did. Let me give that to you right now, in fact, just so we have that all settled there. Oh, you do have it. You're right.
I have it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I took
I'll
that.
delete it from his inventory. Yeah, so he's wearing. Would your character have tried to conceal anything, or does he just carry things in like his bag? He just throws everything in there.
He had that big painting that I stole between my cheeks.
I don't think you. I
Tapestry.
don't remember if we landed on you brought that with you or not. I think you were convinced to leave it. I don't think we ever decided on what
I
you
think
did.
he took it.
Okay, it's fine. So he's got the tapestry.
No, hey, surprise! I don't want the tapestry.
Are you sure? It's really nice. It's very
Didn't
sweaty
I
right
thought he
now.
had like some sort of like bring one person back
Yeah,
to
so
life.
so
token
so
thing.
so you open up his bag, and inside his bag is a large iron pot, and inside the pot is all of his stuff. So it's like bag on bag, Tarkov style. Inside the bag, yep, there is the tent that you guys were given. There's a bar of soap.
Well, that's mine now.
There's a tomato. There is a jar filled with this like weird like gunky white looking almost opaque substance.
Huh.
As well as
dwarf is a
as well as a red. It looks like a mix between a red ruby and a really brilliant diamond. So it looks like if you took a diamond and a ruby and like you like hybrided them, that's the crystal he has in his possession. And now when you pick it up, you think back to the words that the shaman said. They sort of resonate in your mind. You remember that he said this was a means to bring someone back, or to reverse death, essentially.
God, what could that mean? That doesn't make any sense to me. I take all of it. I want all of it.
You have all
Give
of
me
it.
everything.
You got it. If you want to do anything specific with anything, I'll add it into your inventory. But until then,
No, I just want it all.
you have it.
I
Yeah,
just
you got
want-
it. It's yours.
Just want all of his stuff.
Let me see. I'll give you. There you go. Tomato, some soup, soap.
Nice.
I mean, all right. There's the
Nice.
tent. Ruby.
Nice. A tent.
Yeah, and then
Two-person tent.
there's the jar of stuff in there as well.
A ruby. Transparent, clear, red, or deep crimson gemstone. Oh, it's worth 5,000 gold pieces?
Is with an asterisk? Yeah, it's
Oh my
worth more. That's the
God.
default. That's the default value. You're not sure how worth, but that's the average price of a ruby
I'm
of
gonna
this.
be rich. Oh my god. I want to go over and loot my other friend's body. Can I loot his body? It's like buried under rocks.
He's buried under rocks. So just to set the picture for you while you're looting Chody, so you just ran away from his corpse. He was smashed by the train. So as you
So
were
just
sort
pulp.
of most of his some of his limbs were a little twisted. There were a lot of there's blood pooling now around the corpse. All his clothes are pretty drenched. And just pretty mangled altogether. It's almost like hard to look at. Does that affect Gert at all? I don't think it does.
No.
So as you
Not at
shoot
all. I
over,
brought him back to life once already.
I like that,
Totally
dude.
used to this sight.
You got strong will. That's nice. That's a respectable trait. Yeah, you walk over to the mound of dirt, and you're not sure. You definitely would have to dig to get him out. It
I
has.
got time for digging.
Still
compacted.
invisible, by the way.
Why would I not be?
He is still invisible.
What if another giant tree comes out of nowhere?
I'm not there to eat any beans. I think you're fine.
What's can I take his hat that like fell down
Yeah.
on his body?
Yeah,
right?
you can. You do. And when you pick it up,
Take his hat.
Raximus, did you take when you took your hat off in combat, the note fell out of it. Did you pick the note into your inventory, or did you put it back
I
in your
think
hat?
Ghrelin took it.
I think I took that, yeah.
Oh yeah, you did take it. Now you say that rings a bell.
I remember watching him take it
Mhm,
and run
mhm,
over behind the cauldron with it.
Ghrelin took my wand and the
The note.
the scroll or whatever.
No,
The
yeah.
wand, which is just the stick from episode 1, right? Okay. Anyways, okay. So yeah, you don't want to dig. That's fine.
Sorry.
Nah, no digging. I just pick up his hat and
You
I
have it.
don't know.
Raximus'
Put it on my
hat.
head. It's my hat now.
When you do, you start to feel nothing because it's just a hat.
Let's go. Yeah.
It doesn't fit
Okay.
very
As
well though.
expected.
For some reason, it doesn't fit. Yeah, it's like kind of falls, it covers your eyes a little bit. You start to walk and you tilt it back, but then it kind of does the same thing again. It's really it seems like maybe it
hat.
should be fitting, but it seems to be fumbling over your head a little.
Cool hat. I'm gonna timidly. Earlier, I rifled through the dead woman's stuff. I checked her stuff. I'm pretty satisfied with looking around. I'm gonna move to the exit.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. So you're walking towards the exit. In the jungle.
Before I decide what I want to do with this cool sapphire, I'd like to just get a feel for
fine.
what happened to all of my teammates.
That's
Ghrelin
fine.
could be alive out there. I wouldn't know.
You can leave to the jungle if you'd like, and I think
Yeah.
I'll bring your token out here.
Had some time to reflect and think about all my lost friends. Oh my god, what's that?
In front of you is the body of Ghrelin, who
God.
some of his cloth seems to be tattered around his arm and around his hand.
Jesus Christ.
Near him is Smitty's barrel, just sitting there, just untouched.
I bet Smitty did this. I knew that guy was fucked up. I knew that guy was no good. I hated that guy. I would like to dig through Ghrellin's stuff
Okay.
as well.
He's got a note, a yew wand, and then 2 daggers. His inventory is actually pretty barren.
a note, a wand, and 2 daggers. Well, I'm taking all of it. I'm taking the note, the
Okay.
wand, the 2 daggers. Do I notice that he's breathing now?
You definitely can make a medicine check.
Huh.
Okay, you got the note from Raximus's hat in your
Oh, the
inventory.
scroll. Oh,
1 second.
where is it?
In your inventory, my friend.
Jar of gunk from Chodius.
Hey!
All right.
You're dead. Okay.
Yeah. So if you
Okay.
while you're rifling through his corpse, he's sort of like
Uh-huh.
he's laying there, and maybe you move his body a little bit to get into one of his pockets. He goes,
Oh. My
in a
God.
very, in a very goblin-y way. Maybe we could get an aqua version of that. Make it in canon. A nice
Wait, am I
death.
not? Am I like
unconscious.
Sort of, oh, I'm unconscious.
Yeah, like unconscious
yeah.
being
Oh.
stirred. Near death rattle. That's pretty much what it, that's what I should. That was
My
good.
God,
That was
he just
good.
shit
That was it.
himself. Oh my God.
That was a goblin rattle.
You
I'd like to read this note from Raximus.
Go for it. It's in your inventory.
Yeah.
You can read it.
Love to read it. Oh, I have to like click it.
It
to
has
read
it has text. I can describe
my
it to you if
God.
you want. But so the text in the brackets is describing the text before, after it, or before it.
Oh my God, why didn't he share any of this with us?
I didn't look at it yet.
True.
Huh. Interesting.
I also didn't look at it while I had it.
Oh my God. Yeah, jeez, it's the big reveal. Caves, lava. That's something about Gobo. Something about not trusting that stupid little shaman. I'll have to tell my friends this. So, I'd like to think about. Can I kick his corpse in the balls before I heal him real quick, just to get my. Just want to get my payback real fast.
As you
Have the guts to do it while I'm
Can I
alive,
metagame for a
huh?
second?
as you stand over his body, I was gonna say corpse, but you're not dead yet. You know, you recognize
He
that
could be, if I
listen,
wanted.
he's in a pretty rough state. It doesn't take a genius to see that any more damage could incur some serious consequences.
Could
Will
like how much could?
Maybe a
I
light
think
kick in the balls.
any amount of damage will put him over the edge
All right, I
and
step
go
on
back
his
to being
balls.
dead?
I just step on his balls a little, not enough that we'd have to roll for it, just enough for it to be canon.
Okay,
That
all right,
might
okay.
be worse.
Fair enough.
Actually.
You just like lay your foot on the crotch region, a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some like sounds going on. It's kind of crossing some lines here, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and I say, who's in charge now, bitch? If I had some vomit in my stomach, I'd also throw up on him before I heal him, just to, I don't know, just to rub it in. But I guess I'm ready. You guys are gonna love this. I don't know if I have any. I don't know how many more healing spells I have.
So you have a lot of stuff in your inventory now. You're sort of like,
Oh,
it's like a
right,
lot of it is in the
right. Oh,
pot.
right,
You know what I mean? You're sort of carrying it around. You had the tent.
Who had all those apples? Who had all those healing apples?
I think I did last.
There was someone had a bunch of them.
Yeah, someone did. Surely I looted
Was it
those, right?
Raximus? I forget. They
I
said
think it was
someone put them
Ghrelin.
in- It was Raximus it was Raximus and Ghrelin were looting them together. And Ghrelin was the last
No, I
one
was
to eat
looting
them.
them with Raximus.
There was
I think
But
I took
Ghrelin took them.
Raximus's.
the bag on his way out. So yeah, he would have a bag of apples near him as well.
Okay. I'm gonna shove an apple down his throat.
Okay. Make
One of the healing
a
apples.
Yes. Okay, so how do you determine which one is the healing apple?
How many are there? How many
I
do I
think
have?
there are, because it was one of the awkward rolls. Let me check real quick. It was
I think
like
it was 24 left. or
yeah.
23 left.
He won't protest to trying one of each. We'll just
Yeah, I just
Work our
roll
way through them.
1d25. Just do r/rd 25. Or /r 1d25. Sorry, I can just words. They're hard. 18. Okay, nice. You shove an apple in his mouth. You work his jaw a little bit so he
An
like
apple.
chews it. Apple. Yeah, it's because it has exactly the apple.
Wait,
Has a very
actually, I'd like
orangey
to
smell.
Can I put it in my mouth and chew it and then spit it into his mouth like a mama
would be
bird,
better, yeah.
perhaps?
Absolutely, you can do that.
Could be
Yep.
dangerous to shove a whole solid apple down his throat.
Yeah, it's soft. It's definitely softer than an apple, more juicy. You bite into it and you get some juices on your mouth, and in your mouth you kind of. How well do you chew it up?
Not very.
Okay,
Nice
chunky
and mushy.
peanut butter kind of status. All right, so
And
yeah,
I just spit it into his mouth.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay.
Ghrellin's lips are thin and bitter, like the lips of Tom Brady kissing his son.
Are we assuming that your lips are touching during this moment?
Oh, I
No,
did. I thought
What?
G-Chum, I mean,
What?
Goiter. What's his name? Goiter? I mean, how else are you going to do
I don't want
it?
to heal this guy. I take it back. I don't want to heal this guy.
This is like Wendy Peppercorn in The Sandlot.
Oh my god.
This guy doesn't even know my name.
All right.
Heal me, heal me, heal me.
That apple, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Not with that one.
I toss it aside. I take a
Okay.
bite from another one.
Roll one less.
/r space
D24.
24.
Hmm?
I'm just gonna copy that so I have it.
Okay. Let me check it real quick.
Just into his mouth like a spittoon.
The same thing again.
Nothing happens.
Hang on, I gotta
So
check.
no
Sorry.
kiss.
Hang on.
So no kiss.
Hold, please.
No.
No kiss.
No, I gotta work my way
Hold.
through these apples. I'm just spitooning them into your mouth. Just the next.
Whoa. That was loud.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
If I lose internet, there's a huge storm. So
I got hit with that earlier
it's very
too.
D&D.
We'll roleplay as your spirit.
I can
being
hear it. I
body.
can hear the wind in your background
Yeah.
from the mic. That's crazy.
It's really loud. Holy shit.
Okay, so looking back here, man, that apple, so juicy, so succulent. Doesn't do anything.
Right.
Nothing
Awesome.
happens.
So I toss it.
Okay.
I pull another one out. I bite it.
Roll.
I chew it.
Roll. You
A
chew it. You bite it first.
D23.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course. Of course, man.
I chew it. I spit it into his mouth.
Of course. Okay. You got. Hang on.
What has befallen Ghrelin from this apple?
Poor Ghrelin.
Someone's spitting into my mouth while I'm who just stepped on my goblin balls. What the fuck?
Oh, you bit it first,
now.
Why
technically.
are you defiling my body right now?
I'm trying to heal you.
It's a very
You
roundabout
defiled
way of
mine.
healing
Okay.
me.
Defiled mine
Okay,
for
okay,
2
okay,
days
okay,
straight.
okay.
You are conscious. This
All right.
is a lot creepier.
Okay, it's all good. Everything's cool.
All right.
Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
I don't like that I have to
Gert.
do that.
Yeah, well, you rolled a 1, and that was the 1, man. So,
Yeah, but I spit it. I spit it, right?
do you? Well,
He should roll it.
you have to roll first. You have to roll first.
Where's Constitution?
It
save- Oh,
rolls.
there it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Okay, saving throw.
Saving throw. Okay, this is gonna be really funny. Roll a 1d4 for me. Love it. Okay. Upon biting this specific apple, a different flavor hits your tongue
Whoa.
and your lips. Tart, bitter, rotten, fermented. And your jaw locks up. Your body freezes up. And you're paralyzed. And you can't move. You fall over. Take a second, and the wind sort of, when you hit the ground right next to Ghrelin.
Wow,
Epic.
we're really fucked now. God damn.
The half-eaten apple drops out of your hand and just like deteriorates into nothing on the ground.
Does the mimic start eating him instead?
You don't know. Well, so you're still aware, Gert. So upon falling
Still got, like,
unconscious,
max HP.
let's say I'm delaying some things already. Let's say like 30 minutes go by. Okay,
Okay.
30 minutes pass. You are, what would Gert be thinking in this circumstance? Paralyzed.
I hope I wake up before Ghrelin.
Well, so 45 minutes go by.
45. Oh my
Yep,
god.
another 15 minutes go by. What comes through your head?
This apple fucking sucks.
You You see the barrel shift out of the corner of your eye.
Whoa.
Just sort of moves around a
Barrel
little bit.
moment.
You hear a like the lid. You hear like a wood on wood like scrape a little bit, and then like.
Oh, Schmitty's back.
Yeah, that's all you hear. Another 5 minutes goes by.
Oh, Schmitty must be back.
Another 5 more minutes goes by. An hour has passed. Ghrelin. You wake up.
Oh my god.
You-
I like stand up slowly, like rocking back and forth, like look at my arm, it's all bloody. I'm like, well, that looks pretty bad, but why do my balls hurt so much?
Yeah, as you.
What's all this all over my mouth? I look down to my side and Kurt is just like petrified next to me. And I wonder what the fuck happened with us.
It was Schmitty. It was Schmitty.
Make a persuasion with disadvantage, Gert, as you try to make any amount of
Disadvantage?
that. Gert, yeah,
Oh,
Gert.
sorry.
That's your disadvantage charisma check. Okay, wow, good roll. That's so.
Schmitty did it.
You make out what he's saying, but you're not sure if you believe him or not. But you can hear him. You hear him. You hear what he says,
Okay.
even though he's paralyzed.
What
Quite
the
a
fuck?
feat.
What did you do to my balls? All right, I reluctantly
Oh,
believe Gert,
Okay.
although I do have a sneaking suspicion that he spit all over my mouth.
I'm trying to save you.
You notice some of his pockets are like bulging, and he's got this big iron pot and a bag of fruit that's like spilled out onto the ground. Like in the pot is like a bunch of stuff, noticeably your daggers that you started with. You see
I'd
Chody's
like to
axe.
go ahead and re-loot all of my stuff back.
Okay, you have
from Gert.
you take your 2 daggers back.
Thank you.
I was just holding on to it.
You also take back the wand and the note. I'm assuming you find it if you look for it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take everything, including his stuff, please.
Okay. I'm putting it in your
Screaming.
inventory right now on your character sheet for you to observe.
Okay. Let me see. So now I have Raximus's stuff, Chodius's stuff. I have everything right now, essentially. Great.
Pretty
I've
valuable.
I've got Decky's jar of gunk.
Are you looking at that right now?
Oh, Ghrelin found the cum jar.
Are you looking at the conjure right now?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just take the jar of gunk and just like empty it onto Gert. Can I do that?
Yes. Yes,
What
you
are you
can.
I tried to save
Okay.
you.
All right.
What are you doing?
Okay. Well, so you pull out this jar and you go to like swirl it, and it's like it looks like maple. It has the consistency of syrup. You like have to like shaking it and moving it is almost like ketchup. You have to like smack the bottle to get it out. And so the top is like a cork, and then pressed into the glass is like a cloth. So it's like a cloth is laid down over the opening of like a glass bottle wrapped in like sort of like a leather. And then a cork is pushed into the cloth to make a better seal. So you pull the cork off, and with it, you pull the cork, and with it, the cloth comes out as well, stuck to the cork. And you can now see the liquid inside.
Well hydrated.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chodius needs to drink some more water or something.
Do you inspect the gunk before pouring it onto?
Ghrelin has a pretty good idea of what the
Ghrelin,
gunk is.
You do. You do have an idea. Okay, make an intelligence check. Just go ahead, roll intelligence.
What, so I can intelligently dump it in my mouth?
It's in that moment, you know. That's pretty. See if you know. See if you know what this is. This is glue.
I know what it is.
A special kind of glue, actually. Perhaps
Okay.
you pulled a heist from a magic shop once, and maybe you and a mate got into this sovereign glue. But I'll put the actual item in your inventory now that comes flooding back to your memory as the jar of gunk.
Oh right, glue. It's not
It's
what I
very
thought it was.
special glue.
Silly. Okay.
It's in your inventory. You can read it. It's like it's a viscous, milky white substance. It's up to you. I can read it out loud for everyone, or you can just have a gander yourself.
I would like to fill Raximus's hat with the glue.
Okay, so you take Raximus' hat, you pour the glue into
Some of the glue,
some of
normal
it.
amount.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
And I would like to glue it to Gert's head.
So you pop it right on there, and it takes. What are you doing? And you have to hold it there. You know, it starts to slide a little bit. You put your hand out, you hold it there for a minute, just because you know you've seen this before, you know what it is, and then you take it off.
Gert. I'm doing you a favor.
Yep.
That head of yours could use a little help.
And
The elephant won't miss it anymore. He's dead. All right, so what's
After a
my
minute-
HP at right now? One.
one.
Okay. Can I do something to unparalyze my friend Gert here now that I've glued the hat to his head?
You just picked up pretty much all of his stuff, aside from the gem, the tent, the glue, the soap, he had like this weird gray rod in his inventory. You don't see any medical supplies. You remember what Gabo said about the ruby, right? That it could be used to bring someone back or help reverse death if things get too bad.
Yeah, right. So how dead is Chodius again? Do I have to
don't
go
know
and
they're
I don't think you know.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
think you
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Sorry.
they're dead.
I don't think you know.
Right.
Actually, if you look around the forest, you do see signs of a burnt. There's some of the ground has been burnt and charred as some of the dirt has been it looks like someone dragged a big heavy tree through it.
That tree
some of
must
the
have come through here that I
branches
lit on
and
fire.
leaves are all flame around you. It's
Yeah.
pretty humid, so it's not catching all over, but yeah, you can smell slight burning. Not too
All right,
pungent.
You wait here, Gert. I'm gonna go back in that cave and see what's going on. Shut up. Can I go back in the cave?
Yeah, of course. You gonna leave Gert?
You stay here with that thing
Leave
to get
Gert.
my arm off. I'll be right back. Actually, before I go, I think I'd like to do I have anything that could heal me at all? No, right?
You could take a rest and
I have a
heal.
tomato.
You do. You could. It's a little squished because it's been transferred a few times.
Okay. May I read the note from
Disgusting.
Raximus's hat?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Probably
you can.
should have read
It's
that
there.
before gluing it to his head.
I'll say the
Okay.
same thing I said to Gert. The text inside the brackets is describing the text
Mm-hmm.
next to it.
Okay. Find the hole. Many holes, but need to find the right one. Behind the waterfall, near the branch. Cave 2, Lava area. Don't trust Gabo, damn it.
So yeah, as you're looking at this note, now that you read it out loud, I'll sort of describe it, right? The first thing, and written in the biggest, and it looks like someone wrote this over and over and over again on top of itself. And it's like layers of ink on top of itself. Find the hole. And then underneath that, written once, many holes, need to find the right one. And then behind waterfall, crossed out, big line going through it. Near beach, crossed out, big line going through it. Multiple lines going through it. Cave, multiple lines going through the cave. Cave 2, lava area. They're not crossed out. And then noticeably fresher ink all the way down at the bottom says, don't trust Gabo, damn it.
That makes me think we're sent on a wild goose chase. All right, so it's not behind the waterfall. It's not near the beach. And it's not in this cave, unless this is cave 2. Many holes. Need to find the right one. All right, good. I think we need to find another cave. I don't think we need to be looking for a terrorist or whatever at all, according to this note. Right. Can I eat the tomato now?
Absolutely. You
I'd like to
certainly
eat the tomato.
Have you ever eaten a soggy tomato before?
Yeah, I hate it. It's gross. It's terrible.
Well,
yeah.
there you go, my man.
Is that it?
That's it.
No
It
help?
was crushed
Okay.
by a tree ant.
Sometimes a tomato is just a
See.
tomato.
All right. Good. You stay here. I'm going to go over here into the cave again.
Okay, go switch over to the cave, no problem. Should be the
Left corner cave.
yes, exactly right. And then I think you're in here but invisible. So yeah, let me just make you
Yeah.
not invisible real quick. There you go.
Okay.
Damn, I just realized
So-
I should have still been invisible for all that. I kind of. Oops.
Oops. Well,
It's fine. We'll just
It'll be
pretend I went
fine.
uninvisible, I guess.
Well, you
All
did
right.
eventually because you beat after.
Yeah, it's an
you
hour.
go
Yeah,
invisible,
it was an
so-
hour. Exactly right. Thank
Oh.
you. I knew it made sense. I knew I thought of that already. I was like, wait, I thought of
Hmm.
it. Okay. Good stuff. So yeah, you walk back into the cave, and what you see in front of you is, you walk in and the cave is
Everyone's dead.
quiet. Everyone's dead. The only thing that's different is there's a mound of dirt on the left that wasn't there before, and there's a pulverized dwarf on the right that was there before as well. The scene before you is pretty gruesome. The sounds of the jungle, they die out as you sort of enter into the main part of the cave, and it's just like the small dripping, the small little cave noises. Nothing
I look
truly.
around. Yeah.
Go for it.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I look around and I notice the elephant he's not even close to being the same physical form as he once was.
You don't even see his full body. All you see is the mound of dirt, and then there's like one of his
Yeah.
limbs is sticking out, and like his trunk is sticking out from the
Okay.
dirt. Yeah. But Catrodius is just like a mangled corpse on the ground.
I go over to Raximus, his hand coming out of the dirt, and I give it a high five.
You slap it, and you can definitely tell the rigor mortis has set in. It's very stiff.
Yeah.
Stiff, cold, elephant
I
flesh.
never did quite get along with the elephant, but I am sad to see him go. And then I walk over to Jodius.
Okay.
He seems a little bit. At least he's in one-ish piece, right?
Yeah, some of his limbs are a little like maybe not as they don't look as good as they should.
And I already have all of his loot, correct?
Yeah. Do you want to look through his body again?
Nah.
Yeah, for the best.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to place his battle axe in his hand
Oh,
out of a sign of respect.
left arm or right arm?
I may be a goblin, but I have a shred of honor. I do respect the mighty dwarf, even if we don't always see eye to eye.
You go to
in
put
his
it
right
in.
hand.
You go to put it in his right arm, and as you pick it up, you go, of like some of the more bones starting to continue to break, and he sort of like flops back down with the axe sort of like in his hand loosely.
I say, I don't know what I expected to happen by doing this. But I remember the red ruby in my inventory.
Indeed, it is there. You pull it out. You gaze at it. Perhaps, are you looking at it?
Worth 5,000 gold pieces.
There it
huh?
is. So, well, that's just an approximation because they range in rarity and specialty in this world. And this ruby specifically seems to be very shiny and elaborate. It seems, and I described it kind of earlier, it looks like if someone combined a ruby and a diamond together. It gleams and glistens like a diamond, but it sort of has that sort of red hue like a ruby.
Sounds quite expensive.
Holding it, it has a very authentic weight to it as well.
Just so I understand, what would say Chodius's battle axe go for if I were to sell it in, some sort of merchant bazaar or whatever?
Looking at the battle axe, it has sort of a tribal theme to it. It's got like some feathers poking out from the top, sort of like animal hide wrapped around the shaft for better grip. You get the sense that it's a little makeshift and that it probably wouldn't go for much. Maybe if the goblin in you gets to thinking, maybe I could pass it off as like an antique or like something super rare, like an artifact, then maybe it could go for a lot.
Well, I am quite tempted by this little shiny right here. However, I don't want to be stuck with the kobold, and I don't really know where I am. Plus, he can't move. And he kicked me, and he did all sorts of weird shit to my body. He's like it's like passing out in front of a frat boy or something. I don't trust that guy. I'm gonna need someone else with me. Even though I don't like him, I respect him. I use the gem on Chodius.
What do you do with the gem?
I don't know. Hold on, let me read it.
That's fine. No, it doesn't have any magical description. I'm purposefully putting you on an awkward spot right now. Because you don't know what the gem does. Gabo didn't give you any specifics about how to use it, what the spell was inside of it, if that's even what you would know being a level 3 adventurer. Gems can contain spells. You can cast a spell into a gem and the gem can hold it. And this is something used all across the world to exchange magic from merchants and stuff to peasants to farmers. People that don't have access to magic can get it in this form in a pretty easy and safe way. You kind of hold the gem, you're kind of looking at it, you're kind of thinking about this, and you gather that the gem must have some spell in it that's powerful enough to bring someone back to the dead. So you spend a moment focusing on the gem, looking at Chodius' corpse. Make an Arcana check for me. There's definitely a spell inside this gem. The way it glistens in your dark light, I suppose, whatever little light emanates in this cave, you get the sense it's a very powerful spell.
If I were to throw the gem at the ground at a very hard speed, this might be risking quite a bit.
It wouldn't break. You get the sense it wouldn't break.
Okay.
This has weight to it, and it's like a chunk of a gem, like a chunky, thick boy.
I'm gonna throw it at Chodius as
love
hard as
it.
I can.
Where are you aiming exactly?
At his forehead.
Okay. You're standing right in front of him, and he's lying on the ground. So I'm not going to make you roll for this because I think you got this at this point. You sort of describe. Do you do like you just chuck it lazily? Do you throw it with the force of like a
Kinda
baseball
close
pitcher?
my eyes with good intent to
Good.
make it so this might work.
Yeah.
I take the gem and I wind up. I throw it as hard as I can into Chodius's head.
Okay. As you're focusing on your good intent, right, and you're thinking about the moment you just had with the two teammates that have left you, as you wind up, eyes closed with the gem in your hand, you pull back, and as soon as the gem releases from your fingertips, time slows down until it stops. And you're still aware in the moment, you bring your arm back from your throwing position. You move it just fine, no problem, but the gem is just hovering there. The sides of your vision get really foggy all of a sudden as you turn to the left. Only fog, no more cave walls. You turn to the right, more fog, closer to you. To the left again, there's fog all around you now. You're no longer in the cave. The gem is floating in front of you. You're surrounded by eerie, empty mist. You can see it, but it goes on forever. Right in front of you, all around you, but endless, bottomless nothingness. The gem is floating in front of you. You hear your own voice in your head. I'll be having that then. Instead, you hear yourself say, make a wish.
Well, I wish for more wishes. Look at Decky, he just puts his head down.
So did I.
I'm no dummy.
Okay. Well, in fact, you hear yourself again. You hear your own voice. You hear your voice say, "What would you do with infinite wishes anyways, you glutton? Make a wish."
I see. I certainly don't want to break the game.
Ask for infinite genies. Ask for infinite genies.
More genies! More genies! More
Okay, hang on.
stones!
Let me say some words real quick. You, having gathered that this is a very powerful spell, and you're in this sequence, you're at level 3. You're getting close to level 4 at this point. So that's an established adventurer of a smaller class.
Wish to get to level 4.
You can make that wish if you want.
No.
You know that the wish spell is in itself as complicated and as powerful as any other force in the world. Wish spells have been recorded in history as some of the biggest boons of progression through civilization. On the other hand, they've also been some of the most horrid tales that you can think of. And a lot of it has to do with the wording of the wish. Now, you have a lot of potential for what you can wish for, worded correctly. On the other side, you know that once you make a wish, you're going to be it's going to take a lot from you to make this wish, essentially. A lot of physical effort, energy.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish for the revival of my companion Chodius and full health for the both of us.
Okay. You say that out loud. The crystal starts to spin and whir. And then it starts to get blurry. Then the blurred spinning image of the crystal starts to grow until it's in the mist around you. It is the mist around you, and then you're inside the crystal. Everything around you is refracted in a beautiful, vibrant, diamond sparkling red ruby filter, and then you hear a glass shatter, and you're back in that moment. Chodius, you wake up, full HP, fully healed. Your body, in front of you, what you see, Ghrelin, is the body sort of heaves up from the chest, and then bones snap back into place. Blood reabsorbs itself into the body as the skin fixes itself, almost like it's being sewn together. Chodius, you come to. What's the first thing you say?
Hold on. Like this.
Yeah, however you want it.
Witches!
And in that moment, a gem bonks you in the forehead. and just hits you in the forehead, just like that. Doesn't do enough to do any damage, but it just clonks you. And then and in front of you is Ghrelin standing there.
Still the witches, not trees.
You're not dead anymore. 1 second. Let me see if I can undead you. There you go. Last thing you remember is Raximus yelling at you that you can kite the treant for days. And
For days.
and then the tree turned to you and was swinging its trunk down on you. And it's like that thing I said. You remember it's like punching a wall. You remember hitting the wall. You remember getting hit by the trunk, but you don't remember what came after it. But now you're awake. Okay, but before we do that, Raximus. You're floating. You are aware of your awareness. So you try and open your eyes, but you don't have any eyes. You don't have any vision. You are aware of your awareness, though, so you try and move a limb. You don't have any limbs. Try and move your head. You don't have a head. You're still aware of your awareness. You are here in this moment, whatever this moment is. Sort of a swirling sensation. A sensation? If you're kind of the term, the memory escapes you for a moment and then comes back as it happens again. What do you do?
I don't know.
It's okay. As the situation continues, you are thinking to yourself that I'm thinking to myself, that I'm thinking to myself? How can I be thinking without a brain? Sort of going through your own mind as you would, a man of magic, a man of insight. You think back. Go ahead.
I think I'm ascending. I'm going into some other plane.
You search for a feeling of floating or, you search for that feeling of floating again when you think of it like that, ascension. You think about rising up. But instead, the feeling of floating remains consistent. You're floating. You're not going anywhere. You're just floating. What do you do?
I look for an oar. Can I do that?
Don't have any eyes.
I think I'm a ghost.
Okay. You get the idea that you're a ghost. What is a ghost to you?
Something that can not physically be in the realm, but at the same time observe the realm? I don't know, observe the place?
What realm do you think of?
Well, this world.
This world.
As in the cave.
You think about the cave.
Sure.
Okay. You get a flash of color. You're not sure which color. You're not sure how it happened or where it came from. But you know that it was a flash of color. And then suddenly around you, little lights start to light up like stars in the sky. Faster. Until they're all glowing around you. You're not in a cave, though. What do you do?
Wait, do I have eyes? Do I see this?
You do not see this.
Oh.
But you know it's happening.
Can I move towards a star or towards one of these lights? Can I try to move?
You trying to think about your body and moving, because that's what you would do if you were a physical, tangible person, right? There's nothing, your mind reaches out to force a physical movement, but it doesn't hit anything. Your thought just continues to reach out. It doesn't actually land somewhere. It's like you're thinking about moving.
I want to think about Gert.
Okay.
I want to try to talk to Gert through my metaphysical mind of going into his mind, because I don't want to move. I just want to think about my good buddy Gert and see if that man's still invisible in the corner somewhere.
Okay.
Almost like I want to see if I can think what he's thinking or see what he's seeing.
All the lights around you go out at once. It's like time rewinds itself really fast, right? And then suddenly you're standing in front of the Treant. And you see the rock hurtling towards you, and you feel the rock hit you. You feel your bones break. You feel your ribs snap into your own organs as it flattens. The air leaves your system. The hat erupts off of your head, and suddenly you're in a third-person perspective, and you see the mound of dirt. And as the hat drifts down to the top of the mound of dirt, as soon as it touches, you get the sensation of touching dirt. Then you get the sensation of being touched by a slimy green hand. Then you get the sensation of being rubbed or dripped on with some very sticky material. Then you get the sensation of being placed onto the head of a very paralyzed Gert. What do you do?
I'm going to talk to Gert and say,
What do you like to say? You hear in your
I don't
mind,
know if I can
Gert.
talk, but I'm kind of like
You did
I don't
great.
know,
You did exactly
medically
right.
thinking, talking to Gert, and I'm saying,
Gert, you hear
Gert, I've become a hat, the hat that is on your head. Gert, it is me, Raximus. Raximus, the giant elephant man.
I'm
has
a
now
hat,
become
Gert.
A hat.
I'm Hat Raximus. Gert, I turned myself into a hat, Gert.
Yes.
I'm Raximus
Exactly.
Hat, Gert.
yes, so a similar sensation still follows you, Raximus. You don't really feel like you're anything still, but you do. I mean, Gert, what do you hear that voice in your head?
Weird.
You think weird?
Weird.
If you think weird, Raximus hears it.
I must
No,
be
it is
schizophrenic
me.
or something. It's fucking weird.
Trust me, you silly little kobold. It's me.
The fuck? That's weird.
The magic was in the hat, and I am the hat now.
Hat? What? What hat? This is weird. Wish I could move.
Can I help? Can I help the kobold be unparalyzed from on top of his head as the hat?
As a hat,
Probably
what would
not.
you do?
Well, I think there's some sort of magical properties, and maybe I could like.
So that's
know.
about all you get to do is think, unfortunately, as a hat.
Well,
Sorry. So you do think about that very much, but that's all you get.
I'm gonna
Sage
go ahead
wisdom falling on deaf, paralyzed ears.
What I'm gonna do,
That's why it's so funny. You know what I mean? That's why it's
I'm
so
gonna say,
funny.
Gert, I'll try to think of something that can get you out of this.
Fuck,
paralysis.
shut up! Shut up! What is that? Who's there?
I don't like it.
Hmm.
Dude, like just the chances. Okay.
Now that I realize it's falling on deaf ears, I'm gonna try to think about if I can do anything telepathically with the other two bozos that I knew that I was with.
No, I mean you think that you think about them, and you're thinking about them, and if you
Nothing
think
happens.
loud enough, Gert can hear it. So depending on what you're thinking about those two, Gert starts to
I'm just
hear
gonna
it.
like continuously kind of like keep telling Gert to try to yell to the other two to explain that I'm a hat now. And
I'm
keep doing
confused, and I assume that he's standing behind me since I can't move to look.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. If you want to roll for it, you can. If you just want to play it like that, that's fine as well. You are
Yeah, I'd love to.
paralyzed. Yeah. So perception at disadvantage.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. You hear the voice coming from like right above your head. He must have like crawled over to you and is like talking to you on ground level,
Yeah.
but like from behind you.
Okay. I'm just gonna one last time say, "I'm the hat, Gert, you idiot."
Raximus, help me! Help!
And then I'm gonna
Help
say
me!
something about you'll have to wait to understand this because you're too stupid to understand.
Help me!
and then I just sort of wait. I go silent for a bit. I
Okay,
just
no
kinda-
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll switch back to the cave scene real quick. You guys just got finished. Ghrelin, you just got finished watching Trotius come back to life from a mangled heap of flesh and bone and blood. He has come back. And the gem,
He is
after
risen.
landing on his forehead and landing on the ground, now has a different saturation to it. It's much grayer. It doesn't look like it has any color left in it.
I pick that up immediately because it
problem.
still might be worth something.
As fast as you threw it, it's back in your hand, like lightning
Alright.
fast.
As I'm like shoving it into my pocket, I look at Chodius and I say, "You're welcome, dwarf." Like that. Like as if like I meant to do that and didn't just totally like try to hit him in the head with the rock. Like but yeah.
Yep, Chodius, you're up. Ghrelin is in front of you, looking very ragged. He is like doing a little limp, sort of like holding one shoulder kind of thing, and he's
Wait,
kind of
I
like
thought
giving
I
you
healed
the.
myself.
Did
Also
you,
with
did you
the
wish for
gem.
both heals? Oh, my mistake.
You
So
wish
what I'll
for
say
both
is,
heals.
you saw him like that when you first woke up, and then as you healed, he also healed. You felt this invigorating breath flow through your body, almost like it was tickling your bones.
Both of our bodies.
Yes, simultaneously. And then you like, you lick your lips and you're thinking like, wait, why am my lips salty? Ghrelin.
I'm just happy that I, feel better, but I don't even really pay that much attention to the lips at that moment.
You are feeling better. You guys are both healed up, feeling good. You're both standing at approximately the same height, I think. So
Can I ask Chodius, are your lips salty actually?
Are my lips salty?
Yeah, you got those salty dwarf lips.
they're like a little dry, I guess. A little dry, a little chapped.
A
You're kinda
little bit.
thirsty.
Did you kiss me to bring me back?
No, but that little freak kobold outside, I think, tried to kiss me.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'll tell you this one, Ghrelin. I owe you one.
Ooh.
That's better than none.
Now, what happened to the elephant?
As you look
I
past
don't
him,
know.
you see the
I-
mound of
I-
dirt behind Ghrelin with the trunk sticking out.
Well, I weighed my options, who I was gonna try to revive, and he seemed particularly dead by comparison. So I don't know. I got eaten by a barrel. So
Smitty's barrel?
yep, he's a traitor. Oh, by the way, the scroll that was in Raximus's hat, it said we have to find another hole. I'm assuming that means another cave, and that other goblin that we met at the camp telling us to kill the terrorist, I think he might be a liar. I don't think we should trust him anymore. In fact, I plan to kill him, as I don't like other goblins.
Then you have my axe.
Oh, we're getting demonetized for that one. We're quoting Lord of the Rings. I'm just joking. Sorry.
No, that would be a copyright strike. Not
My
a
bad. There,
demonetized.
sorry.
I thought demonetized for like anti-goblinism or something. Not liking other goblins. Yeah,
No, not yet. Not quite yet. On that
not
one.
yet.
Well, let's so where's the kobold?
He's outside rolling around in the dirt. He doesn't he's paralyzed or something. I don't really know. All I know is I think he kicked me in the balls and spit all over my mouth.
And what about the treant?
It seemed to have left the cave, lit everything on fire, and I don't know where it went.
Okay.
An accurate response given the circumstance. I mean, hey.
This beast that killed
That's
you
it.
twice. You just like busted your ass fighting. It's gone. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess you looted everything in here. Let's get going.
All right. Let's go see if we can help that little freak outside. or do I click?
Yeah, hold on, I'll get you guys out here. Yeah, there you are, Ghrelin. You should be here. And Jodius, you're there. Raximus, I kind of want to leave you in the cave for flavor and RP purposes right now.
Okay, yeah, I can go in the cave.
You are able to talk to Gert psychically right now.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, physically, you still feel like you're floating. Psychically, you have some sort of connection to Gert.
Can I hear what he hears or no?
If he thinks something, you can hear it. Yep.
I can only hear what he thinks.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Good thing I
Precise.
glued the hat to his head.
I
Yeah,
start thinking
precisely.
about really sexy women kobolds. Like really lewd, hot women kobolds.
You get
I think about them really loud.
flashes
I'm
of
gonna-
these in your head.
I'll chime in and telepathically think to Gert, get your mind out of the cut or you're still paralyzed. What the hell are you gonna
How
do?
do you know that? How do you know that?
You hear his voice inside your head, Gert.
Mhm.
Inside your head. It's
Hmm.
like an itch that you can't get to. Especially because you're
Ringing into
paralyzed.
my ear. Weird.
You guys
I didn't
should be
load
here.
this yet.
Oh yeah, load
Yeah,
up
I'm
in the
still
jungle.
on 96.
Oh, okay.
There it goes.
Nice. Okay, but you guys are in and in.
And I'm in the cave, but all I can know is what Gert thinks.
Yeah,
correct?
so you don't know what's going on unless Gert is thinking it to you, or like saying it
when-
and thinking it. You can do
And
both,
all
Gert.
I'm
You can
thinking
talk
about
and
is
think.
hot, sexy
Yes.
kobold women.
Right, but when he hears stuff, he's not thinking about it. But when he says stuff, he's thinking about it.
Correct. Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
thank
So
you.
you hear what he
Gert
says and thinks, unless he's consciously trying to say something and not think about it, which would require a roll from him. If he's trying to hide a thought from you right now, it would require a roll from him.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, if he says something,
I'm
he's
an
thinking
open
it.
book.
Yeah, so no problem.
I'm an open book of hot kobolds.
Gert's scrolling Twitter, liking them all,
Mhm.
so that when Ghrellin's scrolling through Twitter in front of his family, everyone thinks he's looking at porn. God damn it.
Yeah, you guys have the map though to
That
do what you
treant's
please.
been through here, Ghrelin.
Yeah, everything does seem to be pretty
I bet it's
flat and
still
on
burning.
fire.
You want
Yeah,
to
there's
kill
some-
it?
I'm thinking I do.
Oh.
I like killing
Where's the
things.
kobold? We need his help.
All right, he's right over here. He's just been laying here for like an hour.
Why is he all hunched over like that? What are all these apples doing here? And why is his mouth covered in stuff?
You know what? Let's figure out how to wake him up, and you can ask him all these questions. I myself am not entirely sure what happened between us.
He is.
I wanna.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Can I reach down and like grab his arm and see how stiff it is?
Very stiff. Like you
Okay,
try
I
and move
wanna-
his arm, it
I
like
wanna
doesn't
force it.
move. Okay. Make a strength. Make a strength check for me.
Well, no. Once I hear his
Okay.
some
Okay. All
kind
right.
of murmur
Okay.
come from his
All right,
paralyzed mouth,
okay.
I'll stop.
All right. Fair enough.
He was gonna snap my arm off.
As
Maybe.
the hat on top of his head, I'm going to ask Gert what's going on and why is he like yelling or afraid of something.
And I am overstimulated and afraid. There's too many voices, too much action going on. I'm freaked out.
Refusing to acknowledge that.
This is
That
how
was
he
not a
found
good
you.
time.
This is how you found him?
Yeah.
What were you?
Well, you see that barrel over there? I wouldn't go near that thing. It nearly bit my arm off, and I almost died, I think.
Smitty's up to no good.
I say we kill that barrel.
Well, let's work on that once the kobold's up. How
Some
do
kind
we-
of
Why is he wearing
kind
the
of
elephant's hat?
barbarian are you?
What did he do to that elephant?
Oh, I glued that to his head with the glue I found in your satchel.
Oh, with my
he
glue jar.
Yeah.
That's some potent stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that hat's coming off anytime
Oh, it
soon.
definitely won't be.
pretty funny, huh?
Remember you almost
Maybe we
poured
should
it
put
all
just
over
a little bit in his mouth.
I mean, all right. That's what you want to do.
How do we, I don't know. Do we have any water?
Well, I actually have everything from the entire party.
I don't have any water now.
I've got an iron pot. I've got some soap.
We got any of
Dancing
those
board.
beans?
No beans. I've got a tomato. No, I ate the tomato. Got a U wand.
I don't think that's gonna be what we need. None of us know magic. That was the elephant.
Yeah, you've got a great gem,
use the
210
pot.
person. Yeah, you got what's in your inventory. You can see it.
It's where's the bird fellow? He's not around?
You remember that he
That's
fled the cave very early on.
Huh.
Let me look around for that guy.
Can I?
Make
Yeah,
a-
let me do a
make a
medical check
perception-
on the.
That's fine.
kobold.
Medical check, perception check from you, Ghrelin. You guys doing checks? Sorry. Yep, there we go. Okay.
Me too.
Oh, you can do perception. You said you were going to look for Schmitty. You're looking around
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
right.
or
Okay,
Kanku or for
yes.
the Kanku.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. You see two things. You see some rustling. So north is up, standard cardinal direction here. You see some rustling to the northeast. Looking over in that direction, if you focus on it a little longer, you can make out two giant shifting mounds of bugs. And they're sort of flowing back and forth over what looks to be a partially decomposed human corpse. That's as far as you can make out from where you're standing. And the other thing you hear, so it's like on one side you see that, and then suddenly there's more rustling to your right, south from where you're standing. You look, and there's definitely a humanoid figure standing in the trees directly south on you, right on the edge of the brush. With your medical check, Chodius, he is paralyzed.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. I go closer to this person in the brush just
Okay.
south of me.
All right. How close to the brush do you get?
Close.
Right up against it.
I walk right up to this fucker.
All right. Well, suddenly the rustling grows, and emerging from the bush, it's the Kanku.
Oh, just who I wanted to find.
Kind of looking
it's
at
that
you,
fucking
puzzled,
bird.
wide eyes.
Mr. Bird, can you help our friend here, our strange, gross little pervy kobold friend?
Bird, help, friend. You hear your own voice come back to you from him.
That's a yes.
Yes, that's.
I'm gonna walk her back over to the kobold. Yeah.
Yeah, he moves. You watch him move around the barrel, like facing it, like avoiding it very heavily. He stands over Gert with you. He's kind of like takes a step back. When you do that, steps up, squints his eyes, looks at him, looks up at you guys, stands there.
Say something. Fix him, bird.
Bird, fix him. Puts a hand out.
Okay.
Bird,
Say,
fix
I'm gonna
him.
Drive a hard bargain, Mr. Bird. How about I hand him the U wand
You put it in his hand.
so he could perhaps cast a spell?
Put it in his feathery hand.
Mhm.
Takes it. It's like a humanoid hand, yet got feathers on the outside of the skin. The flesh, a little bit different colored than normal human flesh, but you put it in his hand. He looks up at you.
I'm gonna look at
He looks
Ghrelin
down, he
from
looks
over the
down,
bird's
looks down at
shoulder,
Gert.
and I'm gonna raise my axe.
He gives you the wand back, not even seeing Chodius's actions. He's gonna lean down and he's gonna make a medical check. So he leans down to Gert. And you sort of feel like a light brushing, like a feathery sort of tickling sensation along your body. And then the Kanku stands back up from one knee and looks at you guys both.
Good bird, bad bird.
Good bird.
Ah!
I knew that bird was an idiot.
Good bird.
You got any of
Well-
my tomatoes left, Ghrelin? Give them a tomato. Birds love that.
Bird?
I ate it.
Oh. What
Hey, how
about
about
an
I-
apple?
Yeah, there should be apples on the ground.
Yeah, there's
right?
a bag of them next to
Yeah,
ground.
I'm gonna
or
go
next to
down and
Gert.
pick up an apple and give it to the bird. Here, bird, take this apple.
Apple. Ka!
Can you fix our friend?
He takes the apple. Fix. Do you say that to him?
Yeah.
Friend, fix.
Can I stab the bird?
Hey, you can make an attack roll if you want.
No, I don't actually.
Okay. Okay.
How about all right, I take out my dagger and I threaten the bird. I say, "Listen here, bird. You're gonna fix our friend right now, or I'm gonna skin some feathers off you and I'm gonna sell them in the nearest market.
Oh.
You'll be stuffed into a pillow if you don't play your cards right now."
So if you move closer, he would hold his hands up, sort of in a very I'm not, I'm innocent, I'm unarmed gesture, and he's going to say back to you again, friend fix. Ah,
He's gonna run away just like he did from the fight earlier.
friend fix.
Then fix him, bird.
Fixed. Friend fixed.
Just to,
Ah!
am I
Yeah.
fixed?
You're still paralyzed.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
reach down. I'm gonna reach down and start poking the kobold, seeing if he's
feel it.
still paralyzed.
You feel the poking.
But he's still rock hard.
It's rock hard. Yeah. Like the flesh, you can like press the flesh in, but you can't move any of his joints.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Friend
right.
fixed. Friend fixed.
How about I walk up here and it's like I think I saw something else over here.
Friend
And I
fixed.
walk over to this brush pile.
That's fine. Yeah. So so you see there are these two giant mounds of insects swarming over what looks to be, now that you're closer, the corpse of Schmitty. Part of his face is missing. Looks like it's been eaten or decomposed. Parts of his body are bone, flesh, mangled. There's blood scattered on the ground and the leaves. And these insects, larger than normal, are surrounding his corpse right now. They seem like they're pretty occupied with the corpse, not you guys as you
How
approach.
big is larger than normal?
These insects are piled up and coordinating in a way you've never seen before. The way they eat the bodies in waves, like a little mini ocean. Like they kind of like break over the corpse, and then they kind of reconfigure themselves, and again they smash into it, and the bits of them linger on the corpse as they flood one part of the body.
I don't think we should be messing with that.
Yeah, I tend to agree this time.
But you see Smitty's
Don't
corpse
like
in the
bugs.
mess.
Well, I'm glad he's dead, that son of a well, maybe the barrel ate him as well. We should kill the
Uh.
barrel. That thing nearly bit my entire arm off. We have full health from the ruby, thanks to me. I say we kill this barrel.
Kill barrel. Friend fix. Gah!
The bird
Fix friend.
seems to approve.
Fix friend.
If
Fix
we
friend.
kill the barrel and it fixes our friend.
The Kanku is going to start
Yes.
picking up Gert's corpse and dragging him towards the cave. Fix friend.
I guess we better do our part
I
then.
mean, I don't know why we're bothering
gonna-
with this fucking
and I'm gonna-
kobold.
Prepare to attack
You gotta prepare to attack the barrel.
barrel.
Okay, you see the Kanku get to the mouth of the cave, just kind of see you ready to combat. Drop Grelin's corpse or Gert's corpse, sorry, and then he's gonna come back over here, just in the mouth of the cave. He's gonna kind of walk up to you a little tentatively.
Can we start?
Oh yeah, what are you doing? It's up to you. So the barrel's just sitting there right now. Oh, you
Yeah,
were
I'm
just
gonna
gonna.
get my axe.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting to hear, my man. I'm waiting to hear about.
Action?
Hell yeah, let's make it happen.
Well, did they come back after I've been? I mean, that was a long rest.
Well, technically, yeah. You know what? With the resurrection and the way that the wish spell was worded, you are back to fresh. You're full fresh.
Yeah. I'm gonna enrage real hard.
Go ahead.
So hard it makes another jar of goo.
And then here, what I will do is you can go ahead and make an attack roll against it. If I don't know if you have to target, you can just make an attack roll, and because it's just sitting there right now, it's not reacting to your presence or your moving or anything like that.
With advantage or not with the enragement?
I think with your, let me check real quick. So you raged with your bonus action.
Yeah.
You've got 2 now. And then with rage, you get advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks. But you do get to do extra rage damage, which you got to click on in that little thing there, okay? Under your active abilities. Yeah, there you go. So that's your attack roll. Oh, yeah. Definitely is enough to meet it. So you bring your axe up. You bring it down. Are you swinging overhead right now, I'm imagining?
Yeah, overhead.
How
I'm
do
just
you...
trying to
Go
break
ahead.
that barrel?
Yeah, how do
I'm
you
coming right
swing?
down on it, right on like the corner of the top.
Yeah,
Where the wall meets the lid.
Dude, you bring it there with great accuracy. You have your axe over your head. You're swinging it down. And instead of making like a wood thunk sound, like wood chip singing, it hits it and it sounds like flesh as it sinks into the wood. You hear the top of the barrel bends inward where you hit it, like you're trying to break hot taffy, like hot melty wax. And as it bends forward, the mouth opens and its eyes light up and teeth shine out of the lid as it screeches and replaces itself. Yes, 1 second. Here it is. It reveals its true form. That's not it. Damn it, it removed my tokens, I say.
It's the nice old lady again. That was
The
just
nice
the-
old lady over. Are you a witch? Okay, there we go. So there it is. Legs and arms shoot out of the side and the bottom as it perches itself off of the ground after taking a hit from you. Go ahead and roll for damage, by the way. Ooh, nice. 9 slashing damage plus your rage damage.
Where do I get that?
Under your abilities, you can click, if you click on rage, it's that first, it's the rage. I forget exactly what it is. I think it's just like a D6 or something that you roll that gives you extra damage to do 11 damage. So pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, as you remove your axe from the head of the barrel mimic, and it did leave a dent, and from it, a cut, and from it, purple ooze sort of like leaks out of it and runs over the fleshy yet wooden outside of this thing. And then we're all going to roll initiative after that.
Oh.
Yep, sorry. He got 1 surprise attack on it, and then that was it. Okay, very nice. Ghrelin, you as well. Thank you. Very good. You guys are...
Can I roll initiative too?
Yes, absolutely. You can with
Can I be a
disadvantage.
part of this? Okay.
I don't know if it prompts you for disadvantage, but if it does, please do. Roll again. We'll take the lower one.
Okay. I can't.
Okay, you're fine. It's fine. We'll give you the 19. Because your turn's gonna be great. Yeah, your turn's gonna be great.
Just in case.
Okay, Chodius, you struck the barrel, awokened it from its resting form. Now it's your turn again.
Okay, I'm going to begin my frenzied attack this time.
Nice. So
As
with
my
your bonus action, right
and
on.
then I'm gonna hit him again.
Ooh, roll for an attack. 18 is enough to hit. When in frenzy, you can make a single melee weapon as a bonus action. So on each of your turns. Okay, cool. So you use your bonus action to activate frenzy attack. Then you attacked right as your action. Next turn, you can do 2 attacks. Is what it says.
Yeah,
All right, that's enough to hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. You're raging, so add that rage damage.
Yes.
Boom. Another 14 damage. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
really bring it down on this one again. I look over at Ghrelin and I'm like, I got your back, Goblin.
You swing into the barrel, Mammoth, and as you do, you hit the side of the barrel, and instead of wood chipping, bits of like weird purple flesh shoot off from where you hit. And as they leave the mimic's body, they turn from looking like wood back into like a lump of flesh as it flies off and you're carving and swinging. More blood leaks from the crack you've put. The barrel sort of staggers in this weird stance. You're not sure if it's ready or prepared or being, recovering from the hit you just landed. And with that, we will go to
my turn.
Yes, we will go to Brayden. Or Gert. It's your turn. You're paralyzed. Looking good.
Can I cast any spells?
If they don't have a verbal or somatic component, yes. So no, you can't.
I can't do message. Oh,
Message is verbal. Yeah, verbal. So where it says action, next to chain, V is verbal, S is somatic, M is I forget what M is, but yeah, very little spells you can cast without doing something.
For my turn, I think of hot kobold.
Raximus, you can act on his turn if you'd like.
Sure. I say, why are we thinking about so many women? What's going on?
I start screaming. I'm terrified.
I just sort of kind of go back to not paying attention anymore.
Chodius, are you sure it was his arm that you grabbed onto before? It was so stiff.
That's my turn.
My turn. Okay. It's Echo's turn. She's gonna hold her action. She's not gonna do anything. She's gonna wait. So it's Grelin's turn.
Useless bird.
Shit, bird.
All right. Chodius turns to me I've got your back, all this, trying to bond with me, my goblin self, and I kind of give him one of these, I'm all right, dwarf, I brought you back because I need you, not because I like you. And I was like, step aside, watch this. I run and I do those things in gym class where you jump on a little springboard and you use your hands on
yeah, I love that
thing, and you fly over it. I used to love that too. I do that on Chodius's back.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
And then front flip in the air while unsheathing my 2 daggers.
Ooh.
I complete the front flip.
Badass.
And I come down onto this mimic with both daggers in a motion, as I'm landing on him. Okay, what do I do?
Roll an attack roll.
Okay. With the dagger attack?
With your daggers, yeah, exactly right.
Both of them or just one?
Well, so you get to do, you can do another attack with your bonus action with your other dagger as an offhand strike. So,
okay.
Yeah, so do an attack with your action and then do it, I think you just roll it again. Yeah, so.
It's a second roll, but it's just, it's almost like you're doing one after the other, but you can pretend that you're doing it at the same time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly right. So yeah, I'm adhering to your flavor, but this is how we're translating it. And then
Yeah,
so
that's
roll for attack.
Normal.
Yes. Nice. Okay. So then you can roll with your other offhand again. So make another one for me. Okay, nice. So they both meet. So both daggers are going to find their purchase. So roll damage for both.
How do I roll? Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
just right there. Yeah, exactly right. 1d4 piercing, right? Okay, now the second one, I think we remove the modifier, so it's without the, so it's 2 piercing, I think, without the +5 for the offhand strike. I forget.
Okay.
Hold on. Rogues are tricky. Rogues have a lot going on. Let me confirm real quick. Don't add your ability modifier. Okay, great. Perfect. Yeah, so it's 9 damage and then it's 2 damage, so 11 damage from both daggers as it lands. I muted myself.
He's muted.
How long was I muted for? It's the last thing I said.
A bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold
Sorry.
on, and then muted.
Okay, perfect. Then I didn't make a mistake. Then. Okay. So both daggers find purchase. The second one doesn't do the +5. It only does 2. So it does 9 and 2 damage on the offhand strike.
11.
So 11 damage on the mimic, no problem. So you bring both daggers into the top of the barrel. You feel them pierce through the hard outside flesh and into softer, more, the less transformed flesh. And you rip them out, and blood, purple ooze flies along the blades as they leave it. 11 damage. Very nice.
Not bad, Mr. Dwarf.
Nice moves, Goblin.
The mimic recoils from this and sort of all looking gross and disgusting as its mouth is sort of opening and shutting. These teeth are flashing. Its tongue is hanging out. Its limbs are moving in this weird, uncanny sense. It's going to look. What did you do after you stabbed it? Double in the head. You just take a step back, hold your stance, Ghrelin.
Can I backflip off? Because I imagine that I was
flipping through the air. I could make you roll for from performance.
My legs and arms all went into the barrel at once, kind of thing. And then can I
jump
flip
off
after? Because why not?
If you're
If you're a waste of time.
No, you can do that's fine. That's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's not gonna make it
I'm
any.
trying to impress the dwarf. You
Oh,
see.
then roll a performance check in that case. You're trying to accomplish something with this feat. Absolutely.
I'm
You're just
trying to show him that I am the dominant.
Please roll a performance check
warrior.
as
Yeah,
well
roll
for
a
me.
one.
Then let's see how this goes.
Roll what? I'm
A
sorry.
performance check. It's on your list of skills. Yeah. Nice. Pretty good. Chodius, you've seen cooler, but that was pretty cool. That was pretty badass. You liked it.
Nice moves, Goblin. Wait, am I turning in? His voice is wearing off on me. I'm turning into Ghrelin. I don't even know
That's okay.
who I am anymore. God damn. Nice moves, Goblin.
And as you say that, the mimic is gonna lash out at you. With one of its weird arms, it's shoots its arm at you like it's gonna punch you, but it's nowhere near you. But instead of the fist, just staying a fist, it shoots forward in this weird gooey, clay-looking manner as it's launching towards you. Does a 17 meet your armor class?
It hits.
It hits. And this fleshy yet wooden mallet hits you in the chest, dealing 5 damage.
But I am enraged, and what kind of damage is this?
Bludgeoning.
Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
Very good. You take half as much. You take
So
you
what,
take
3 or 2?
roll. Do we want to round down or up for the remainder of the campaign?
Up.
Right now. Okay, there you go. So it's 3. Now I'm gonna apply that to any time we have the round, no matter good or bad. We're gonna round up.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent. Making a note. No, just kidding. All right, so yeah, so you take 3 damage from this weird fleshy punch that it did. And then it kind of steps back, and it sees you didn't really flinch that hard from it. It's sort of like, and does this weird flail. That sort of takes a step back. Then another one. And another one.
It's not an opportunity of attack.
Not unless you have the specific trait for it.
Oh.
We
As
get
a
that in
player,
levels.
you need to actually have a trait that says
Okay,
you can do
okay.
it. Monsters just get to do it for free because they're badass.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, sorry. I was just making sure I didn't miss
Oh.
anything there. And it is Trodius's turn, actually. We're back to the top of the round.
I'm gonna follow him.
Run right
I'm
up to
gonna
him.
Attack him.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to slink.
mimics.
He tried to slink away into the brush. You ran right up to him. There it is. That definitely meets.
Whoa.
Damn, fat roll. Okay, let's see some damage. Then you get your rage damage, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to just be a 2 again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be 2 every time.
And he gets to attack a second time because he just.
Yeah.
You're right, you do. So you bring it down, doing 10 damage. You chunk a huge piece of this weird mimic flesh from the body, leaving this gaping wound that instantly starts to pool with dark purple blood.
I'm not done with you, mimic. I'm gonna
Yeah.
attack again.
Oh, it meets. Go ahead.
Wait, I hit critical. Let me redo that.
Okay, no problem. Oh, I see. Okay, no problem. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, no problem. Okay. The first roll you rolled a 5. You had 5, so you got a 5 on that first roll. You did 2d8. There was a 5 and a 2, so I'm going to take the 5, not the
Okay,
7.
okay.
I'm going to take the 5, and I'm going to add your
Fine,
2.
fine,
I'm going to do 7 damage. 7 damage is still a lot to the mimic. You bring your axe down and cleave a chunk of the flesh away on the left side, and you recover swiftly and bring it down again on the right side, cleaving one of its limbs off completely. It recoils intensely from this as the purple blood squirts right from the missing limb. A few squirts. Okay, and then we're going to keep it rolling.
It's squirting all over Decky as he's laughing maniacally like a freak.
Definitely you get some purple blood on you.
I think you got some previous beef with this mimic.
Actually, it's Braden's
care of
turn.
it.
I do.
It's Braden's turn first, actually.
Okay. What's
Actually, it's
Brayden?
my turn. Okay.
How
Can I
anticlimactic.
I try as hard as I can to move. Does anything happen?
No. I'm so sorry. A part of me was like, I could make him roll for it, but it would just be mean. No, you're paralyzed.
I'm gonna realize that he's thinking about moving.
Okay, yeah, you do
I'm
that.
gonna say, "Hey, what's going on there, bud?"
I
Remember
freak
on top
out.
of your-
Freak out.
And then
How do you
I'm
freak
gonna
out?
tell him a funny joke.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, "It's okay, Gert. Don't worry. Remember that anytime that goblin gets mean to you, you can just say goblin these nuts, and then it'll be funny."
I
And
freak
then-
out.
And then as he freaks out, I just go back to not talking to him anymore.
You're freaking out.
Ask him what's red and smells like blue paint. Red
What-
paint.
I see what you did
Can I
there.
move my eyes? Can my
Yeah.
am I just stuck looking forward, or
No, you
am
can
I
move your
able to,
eyes.
like,
Yeah, you can look around.
look over
And your
at
vocal
the-
cords, apparently.
Oh, I'm just
Years of working on being a bard, years of being a bard has trained your vocal cords to be resistant to paralyzation.
I'm watching this then, so I can watch the fight.
You're
as it
lying on your
plays
back,
out.
so you're like kind of looking straight up, but you kind of like maybe look on the side of your eye
Corner
and
of
catch
my
it.
eye,
Yeah,
like-
catch a glimpse here and there of the fight. You hear it. You can hear the mimic screeching and like Chodius's war grunts.
I
and that kind of
imagine
stuff.
myself as trying to get their attention as if I'm like downed in like a Fortnite match or something, and I want my teammate to pick me up, even though they're busy fighting.
I'm so
I,
glad that you rolled a 1 on that apple.
Of course, living up to the braided name, honestly.
I'm trying really hard to get their attention so they'll stop doing whatever the fuck they're fighting and just focus on me.
Okay, that's your turn.
selfishly.
You're done. Echo sees you guys are destroying the barrel mimic with ease and is going to start walking back towards Gert. He's going to use his action to take the dash action and get all the way over to you. He's going to hear you shrieking. He's going to crouch down to you. You going to shriek at him a little? Yeah. He stares at you with one of his dead bird eyes and goes, "Ah!" And it's going to be Grelin's turn.
I turn to the dwarf and I say, pretty nice hit, but I've been wanting to use these for quite some time. And I go from a distance. Can I throw my psychic blades?
Yes,
I would like to throw my psychic blades
you have
at
it.
the mimic.
Where you have a soul knife.
My soul knife.
Your soul
yes.
knife. I think you just click that in there and it should. Oh, nice. Never
What
mind.
did I just do? A very
Let
long
me
description.
see. I thought we had this in here as I thought you used this already once or twice.
It's under features.
We have
I
not
could-
used it.
Oh,
in-
I think I need to click active abilities and click psychic blades attack.
Yes.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, if you know where that is, please do that.
Strength or dex, I guess, right? Oh, there we go.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's it. And then whatever's higher for you. Yeah, I think it would be dex. And then just roll your attack roll. That hits. Oh, so you're attacking with 2 of them, right? You throw 2?
Yes.
You can throw the other one as well. Go ahead. Make the attack roll again. Free roll damage.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Both will find purchase. Now you can roll damage for both. And the second one just doesn't take the modifier. Nice.
9.
Where do you imagine your daggers landing?
Just in the fleshy part of the mimic that's already exposed from the hardened outside.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. I like that. So you kind of you line up your psychic daggers, launching them at the mimic. Right after Chodius has finished cleaving, the beast is holding its severed limb up as purple blood squirts out. One of your psychic daggers finds purchase exactly in the hunk of flesh that was carved away. And as soon as it lands, it looks like it sinks into the flesh further and then disappears. And you can see the barrel mimic take a hit and recoil back and turn around and look at you. And as it does, it opens its mouth to yell and shriek, and your final dagger lands right into the opening of the barrel mimic. And as it does, it disappears in a flash, and the mimic goes silent, and then crumples down to the ground. In a mass of sort of pulsing, twisting purple flesh and wood mixing together, still sort of living, but not. It's like reverting back to being just plain mimic flesh at the same time as like trying to figure out if it's wood or not. And eventually it just sort of, stops moving and just is this lump of fleshy, purple, texture looking weird mess.
I notice Chodius is closer than I to the mimic's body, and I say, "Don't touch the loot! Don't touch the loot!" Like as if we were playing Rust in 2018.
No sooner than does the dagger disappear and the mimic die, do you hear behind you, "Don't touch the loot! Don't touch the loot! Don't touch the loot!" Yeah, you killed the mimic. Good job. That was it.
I had.
You were in
Alright.
combat, I guess.
The mimic's dead. Now what?
Well, I'm gonna be looting that mimic.
Are you looking for anything specific when you check for the mimic?
Anything I can find.
Okay. How committed to you are you searched? So right now it is like a lump of like it kind of looks like a big lump of like dirty clay, like dirt clay almost on the ground. It's like purple. It's like melted flesh that has become unmelted again, but it has the texture of wood and it's purple hinged. Very strange to look at. It's like a mound of flesh though, so you'd have to like carve into it and dig. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check, and the higher it is will determine how much you dig into this corpse of a mimic. Okay. So luckily for you, you get into it pretty deep, like up to your like elbows, a little past the elbow. Before you realize that this is just a dead hunk of flesh, and there's nothing. Unless you're searching for a hunk of flesh from the inside of it, that's all you're gonna pull out. There's no items in this thing. It's a creature that has died.
And you're digging through its guts.
Very squishy.
Hey,
It's like
talk.
it's like clay that isn't quite hardening yet.
What the fuck was the point of all this?
You hold your hands out, they're covered in this purple goop.
Let's go see about that kobold.
Okay.
Where's the bird?
The bird's just looking at the kobold, who is just making screeching noises on the ground. And at this point, it's been about 2 hours since
I'm getting
our
tired.
original. Yeah, it's been 2 hours real life as well as 2 hours in the game. Ironically enough, from when we first counted that first hour of paralyzation. So you've been paralyzed for almost 2 hours now, and you're still paralyzed.
I'm exhausted from screaming. I'm just, when toddlers get tired from crying all the time, I'm just worn out from.
Yeah.
I sense that he's worn out. And I
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
Hey, do you want to hear a joke? I try to calm him, and I say,
It doesn't work.
a human, an elf, and an orc walk into a bar.
You have to hear
Kobold
this.
walks
You can't not
underneath
hear
the
it.
bar.
I know, that's why it's freaking me out.
I was just telling Gert that he couldn't not hear what you're saying. Anything you say is always heard by Gert, 100% of what it is. So he told you a very funny joke.
Okay. Okay, I stop now. I stopped trying. I've given up on the thing, and I'm just gonna sit on this hat
The
until
kobold is
rot
very
away.
different.
I'm freaked out right now, okay? I'm in a freak state.
So Kanku, can you fix him?
Fixed.
All right.
Fixed. All right, hang on. Looking at the Kanku, you can tell the Kanku is obviously displeased that you do not understand him. He points to the sky, points to the sun. Fixed. Points to the horizon, points to the sun, points to the horizon. Fixed. Points to the horizon, points to the sun. Fixed. He keeps doing this.
I think the Kanku is saying, since we killed the mimic, because the mimic was essential in this, it's a time-based delay, and when the sun sets, the kobold will be unparalyzed.
The Kanku kind of looks like kind of puts a face palm, like a half face palm, and then nods his head. Yes, in a yes fashion.
Well, in the meantime, what's the play, Ghrelin? Do we find the river and continue our journey? Or do we find that goblin?
Well, we've got to find another cave. Something in the cave is going to do something. Let me look at that thing again, that piece of paper. Hold on. Find hole. Many holes, but need to find the right hole.
I'm going to get
Not-
close and look at this too, because I was just taking his word for everything.
I'll add it to your inventory as well, Chody. Did you let him read it, Ghrelin? Over your shoulder?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
There you go. It's in your inventory,
Yeah.
so you can read as well. So yeah, it says find the hole, and essentially it's written like over itself like a bunch of times, a bunch of different sort of scrawlings, different color scrawlings. Many holes, need to find the right one. Then
There
crossed
could be
out.
some nice shinies in that other hole.
And it might be the critical hole.
And we're gonna end it right there, boys. Perfect. We finally said the name of the show in the show. I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it in. I should have just played it cool and let you do it, but I couldn't do it, man. I'm sorry. Finally, I wrote this note so long ago, and it's just like. Sorry. Okay.
Well, according to the note, it says Cave 2 or the lava area. I assume the lava area is on top of the mountain.
But it says
Cave
find.
2.
Okay.
What do you mean? It says what?
It says at the top, find the hole. Not many holes, but need to find the right one. A cave 2 sounds more like a hole than a lava area.
I mean, lava's
Kanku,
gonna come out of a hole to
The
come out.
The Kanku points at the paper and goes, cave, hole, cave, cave,
Looks
hole,
like I was right again, dwarf.
cave, hole,
Perhaps.
cave,
You also said that Kanku was pretty fucking stupid.
Kanku.
He is the dumbest bird I've seen. Even he can talk, and he's still dumber than other birds.
You hear in Chodius's voice from the bird go, Ghrelin is stupid.
I take my knife out, point it at the dumb
He
bird.
puts his hands up in the air.
What's that you said?
Ghrelin is stupid.
Can I cut a feather off the bird?
You're like making an intimidation roll sort of
threatening
thing.
manner.
Make an intimidation roll.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, how do you do it? How's it look?
Just give him like a quick whoosh, like in A Princess Bride where he like slashes that guy's cheeks.
Yes.
Six Finger Man when he. I do that, but like take a couple feathers off and I just grab him out of the air and give him big, crazy, blown out goblin eyes like a freak.
You see,
goblin
he
eyes,
makes
of
like an
course.
audible,
Yeah.
like gulping noise from this. Goes, and then you hear in your own voice, Ghrelin. Ghrelin is not stupid. It's like a mix of words. It's like it sounds like someone's editing them out of place and putting them together. You're not sure if like they were all the same person's words either.
The bird says it.
The bird says it. He says it.
Oh.
He says that. It says it in like a bunch of different voices. Like all the words come from someone else's accent, it sounds like. Except for Ghrelin. This comes from Chodius's voice, and so does Stupid.
Hey, bird. What about our friend Raximus? He's under
Raximus?
a big old rock inside, dead. You know
Points-
how to bring him back?
Shakes his head no.
Well, what about, I'm going to tap on the paper, Cave 2. Where is it?
Cave 2 points to the east.
Oh, I guess we go east.
And then to the east,
got-
over the treetops, you can see like the face of the cliff does continue on. You can see where the waterfall pours over the cliff to the east. And then as you're looking to the east, you do see the cliff really, it does get higher up as you go to the east. So to go east would be to climb higher up the cliff as well. So if you were assuming, earlier you said lava is high up, if you're thinking that same level of thinking, east would be going up.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, I'm going to say, hey, Kanku, what happened to Smitty?
Sort of looks over at where he just finished fighting the barrel. Looks over at the mound of bugs to the east that are still sort of swarming, sort of starting to die down a little. And then you said bring him back, right? To about Raximus. So you hear your own voice from the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Raximus, not. Bring him back.
What does that mean, Goblin?
So you hear him say Raximus and not in a different voice, and then you hear your own voice, bring him back.
I think it means they can't bring him back.
Shakes his head when he hears you say that.
Okay. Well, I'll carry the kobold. You lead the way, Ghrelin.
If you're trying to pick up Gert, Kanku will stop you and point at the horizon again and go, fixed, fixed, fixed.
Sun rises in the east. Is it nighttime right now?
It's in the afternoon, so it's getting a little dark, but it's not evening yet. It's on the crisp of being evening. So he's pointing at like in the sky and then pointing at the horizon. So he's pointing like at where the sun is, and he's pointing where the sun is going to fall behind the trees. Pointing at the sun, pointing at the horizon, and he's doing this and saying fixed, fixed, fixed.
Can I begin a rest? Can I rest?
Yeah, absolutely, my man. You'll try and fall asleep right now.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
You can. You definitely can. You close your
Time for me
eyes.
to take a nap.
All this not moving is making me very tired.
Yeah, he definitely did everything he could to not rest for the last 2 hours.
Or listen to anything King said.
It's been exhausting, okay? I need a rest.
That's fine. Yeah, I think we can end it here. I know we were
can
gonna do
all
a
take a
shorter
rest.
session, so yeah, we can. Yeah, okay. Is that what you're deciding on
Okay.
doing?
I was deciding on sleeping, taking a little rest, so I can regain my spells when and I assume I have to wait till I'm unparalyzed. So why not just rest while I wait? You know.
If you're thinking this, Raximus hears it.
Why not? I should sleep. Then I could cast spells when I wake up. I think that bird is implying that if I sleep for a while and wake up, then I'll be a little better. Or rest.
As I wait until he starts. Not to you yet, but I wait until he's about to go to bed, and then I just sort of like think / whisper it, kind of like telepathically to him. What about those hot kobolds now?
Wait, it's like that meme with the brain and the girl's in bed and she's going to sleep, and the brain is like, "Oh, you're going to sleep? Oh, what about those hot kobold women, though?
What about hot kobold women?
Okay, so yeah, you try to go to sleep. The Kanku still. I don't know, Chodius. If you said rest, did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Upon hearing the word rest, the Kanku is going to start saying rest, 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 fixed, 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 rest, 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 fixed, fixed, fixed.
Well, maybe we should take a rest, Ghrelin.
Rest, 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 rest.
What do you say we go back inside the cave?
It kind of stinks in there. A lot of guts and dead things. Maybe we just set it up here. I do have a tent that I took from the kobold, which he took from you, and why don't I set up the tent for now?
Okay.
We do have a long journey ahead of us. It does make sense.
We rest.
Nice. You guys are setting up camp here?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take
No?
note of that. No problem. You set up the tent.
We can do it in the cave if
it's a
you want.
two-person tent.
Jodius.
No. I suggested it. You said out here. We'll do it out here, Ghrelin. I have put you in
set up
charge
the
in
tent.
my head.
As you're
Right
setting
next
up
to
the
the
tent.
giant bugs.
As you're setting up the
Can't wait for the
tent.
killing at nighttime. Yeah.
As you're setting up the tent, it's a very small tent. It's a two-person tent. Kanku sees this and begins setting up his own sort of little like bedroll action, sort of in the mouth of the cave. Not necessarily. You guys are like up against the rock cliff face. I'm assuming you're not just like literally in the opening of this clearing. Set up a nice little camp. Doesn't take too long. If you want to roll for it, it can go quicker. Takes about 30 minutes to an hour, and generally to set up an effective little campsite. Do you want to take shifts, falling asleep? Who takes the first watch, etc., etc.? What do you do during your rest time?
I've gotten enough rest, Goblin. I'll take the first watch.
Or you could Make the kobold just prop him up against something and make him walk. He can just
Like a
mumble really
scarecrow.
loud when something's coming.
I will take the first watch.
Excellent. No problem. Easing into it. Do you try and build a fire or anything like that, or are you just focusing on resting?
I'm
Me?
not worried about a fire.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Oh,
go a
man.
little bit covert.
That's fine. So you kind of make up the two-person tent. You just flop yourself in there, Ghrelin. You know, get a shut-eye if you want. The Kanku sees you're taking the rest, decides to sit down, and so you're not sure if he's sleeping or resting, what's going on there, but he's like sitting down against the rock wall. Everything's relaxing. Hour goes by. Do anything during that hour, Chodius? Just staying vigilant?
Yes, I'm gonna look around my surroundings.
If you're staying vigilant, that's fine, no problem. Make a perception check for me.
Not the bugs. Please no.
This will be a perception check for a while. Yeah, perfect. So that'll just roll your whole watch pretty much. This is a good roll. Yep, you're pretty vigilant. You do, keeping your eyes on the forest and the cliff face, you do occasionally see a very large moving form skittering against the wall, maybe into a crack, out of a crack. And you know, sometimes you see it once or twice, 3 times. One time you're not sure if you saw a giant bug or if it was just like the distance it was at.
Oh,
Nothing.
large.
You're not too sure of it, but nothing bothers you during your watch. As the second hour of his
That
watch comes
bothers
through, did you, Gert, would you have fallen asleep?
Yeah, enough that I'm, gaining.
I mean, if you
HP or being
actively
able to reuse spells.
Yeah, if you actively tried to fall asleep and you would have let yourself fall asleep, you are sleeping when you become
Okay.
unparalyzed. So you're sleeping right now.
Sure.
So 3 hours go by, 4 hours go by.
Do my limbs like unfreeze and just like flop to the ground?
You're probably laying. I imagine you're laying there already. So you're probably they might relax a little bit. Yeah, they'll just drop against the ground, I guess.
Do
depending on
I
how.
notice this?
Make a perception. With that perception check, yes, you would have during your shift.
Yeah, I feel like because
Yep,
I was like
definitely.
standing and feeding an apple
That's
to
true.
Ghrelin when I froze,
Very true.
and so I just fell asleep like this. like
Yeah, so about 2 hours into your watch, you hear like and you look over and you see like Gert like actively moving and like sleeping. Okay, the 2-person tent. It's not really a tent, more like a tarp. It's like
Slowly pull it open.
yeah, you
I'm
didn't
gonna
really have to move
nudge
anything
the
to look in there.
goblin's foot.
Okay, are you sleeping, Ghrelin? Would you have tried to go to sleep?
Yeah, but I have both my eyes open like Gandalf in Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so you come to without you blink once and then you're awake and you're looking at Chodius.
And I'm gonna
Like
silently.
I pull the dagger out from under my pillow and I hold it to his neck. I say, "I could have killed you, dwarf."
And I'm gonna be
And
like,
I back down because
then I'm gonna point out to where Gert is, and I'm going, he's unfrozen.
Are you waking him up as soon as you see this? So 2 hours into your watch. Okay. So you've woken Ghrelin up 2 hours into his long rest.
I take the opportunity to be like, "Oh, now he's unconscious in front of me."
That's true. He is. He's laying there. The Kanku's just on the bedroll, on his own bedroll, doing his thing.
you put me on a bedroll? Oh my
no,
god!
no one did. No one said they did that. So you are on the dirt as far as
I
we're
thought you said
concerned.
I was on a bedroll. You
Yeah,
mean
No,
he's on
the
the
Kanku. The Kanku's
Okay,
on the
okay.
bedroll. Sorry.
all right?
Unless one of you would have put him in the tent or gave him something.
Me.
Do you have any more of that glue?
You still got it.
Oh, right. I'd like to glue one of his hands to his like abdomen so that he only has one hand for the foreseeable future.
Okay. You do so.
Did I do that?
Do me a favor. How do you apply the glue?
Surely there's got to be a way that I can hear this, right?
Yeah. No, you're sleeping.
I can roll
Generously.
against this.
No, you're sleeping.
Apply the
Generously.
glue generously.
Make me a dexterity check to make sure you don't get any on yourself.
Glue himself to me.
Oh, here we go.
He rolled a 2.
You end up using the rest of the glue, but you successfully get Gert's hand. Which hand do you choose?
Left.
His left hand is now stuck to his. Where would you like to stick his left hand to? It's up to you.
To his like right here.
Comfortably
Abs.
in a little comfortable position. Sure, right on
Yeah.
the belly. You do
Yeah,
so.
his belly.
You do so. It's done. Yeah,
That's all.
That's it. that's fine.
Fun to perform an epic prank.
You no longer have any glue. You just have an empty glass.
I think that was a good use of magic glue.
And then Gert, I guess now you can make a
right.
perception check for me, if you want.
Oh, me?
Gert.
I'm getting there.
Gert, yeah.
You, if you want to wake up, you feel so. You ever be asleep and then you feel something and you're like kind of snap out of it, but you're not sure if you want to wake up and figure out what it was or just go back to sleep. Okay, you have the option right now. You felt some stirring. Would you wake up and see what it is, or would you go back to sleep?
I roll over and go back to sleep.
You roll over, and one of your hands assumes a very comfortable sleeping position. The other one remains stuck to your stomach.
I just go to sleep.
Yeah, that's fine. Totally fine.
When you're just so tired that even a guy breaking in your house, you're just like, meh, guess I'll die, and you just go to sleep. I'm sleeping.
Well, sometimes you wake up and you think it's the wind. You don't think someone's breaking into my house, right?
Something seems amiss, but I'm going to continue sleeping.
Also, completely unconcerned with the fact you could move again. Like,
Yeah, you're like physically
No, I
consciously
figured it
rolls
out.
over.
The bird pointing the horizon, the sun. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm sleeping.
Okay. Yep. So if are you guys going back to? What are you guys doing now? Are you guys want to go back to resting? I'm assuming
go
that's
back to
that's
my
the
watch.
vibe. Okay. We're getting back into the
You
rest.
woke
the
him
rest
up
action.
just for that.
just a
You
glue.
woke him up so he could play an epic prank.
And it was epic.
It
That
was a
is
good prank.
That's an epic level. That is a legendary level prank, actually. I think this is a good place to end it because we all did say we were going to do a shorter session. I will say, very cool moment for everyone involved. You're all level 4 now. You've leveled up during this long rest. You've gained the level. Congratulations on your first level in D&D 5e. If you guys want to do that together sometime this week, or maybe get together earlier next session, we could all level you guys up together. I'm more than happy to do it. It's level 4 now, so if you want to look up your own characters and read for yourself, I can link you them again. I think it's still in the Discord. Does anyone have any remarks before we conclude? For sure.
Hot cobalt women.
What do they look like? I'm thinking about
Now
it
a
still.
hat.
Do they
I'm going
exist?
to
You're
look this
now
up
a
after
hat.
this episode.
Do they exist? Where are they? Which
What website
cave
are
are
you gonna
they
use?
in?
Tell me what cave.
How can I find them?
Hot local single kobold ladies in your nearby caves
In
to
a
your
cave near
region.
you.
Yeah.